Broom with the Friday, September 5th edition of the CBC Evening News. In our top story tonight, a ride aboard a Zedar almost turned deadly after a disagreement between passengers led to one of them being shot in his back. Police, who responded quickly, say the incident took place at 10 minutes to 1 at the bus stop outside of Sagicor on Cullamorock, St. Michael. There was chaos as passengers quickly exited the vehicle, running to safety. Police Public Relations Officer Inspector David Welch says the injured man was among those who managed to make it out of the Zedar. He, however, collapsed a short distance away and was taken to the Queen Elizabeth Hospital. Police could not say how many passengers were on the Zedar.
For more information, he was shot was in the Zedar. That's where the altercation occurred, to the rear of the Zedar, inside. As to other injuries, we do not know at this time. As I said, the other persons that were in the Zedar would have fled also. So we are here trying to gather all the evidence we can and to speak to whoever there is that we can get enough information to further the investigation.
There's good news tonight for stakeholders in the renewable energy community. There's an increased megawatt limit for the Renewable Energy Rider program. Ryan Broom explains.
It may not be the significant limit increase that they were probably hoping for, but the Barbados Renewable Energy Association, or BREA, is still happy with the Fair Trading Commission's decision to raise the renewable energy megawatt limit from 7 to 9 megawatts. In a release, the FTC announced the 2 megawatt increase in the capacity limit of the Renewable Energy Rider, or RER program. It followed a formal request from the Barbados Light and Power Company to expand the capacity limit by 1 megawatt. The FTC says it also took submissions from the Barbados Renewable Energy Association and renewable energy installers into consideration. The Commission says the increase in the RER limit will be with immediate effect, noting that it follows its August 2013 decision that the RER program would have a capacity limit of 7 megawatts. The additional 2 megawatts will be allocated on a first-come, first-served basis. In order to prevent any dislocation, the FTC says prospective owners of renewable energy systems should first obtain approval from the Barbados Light and Power. This will ensure that their systems can be accommodated under the RER program prior to committing to the investment. The Commission says it expects to receive the Intermittent Renewable Energy Penetration Study from the Barbados Light and Power by December this year. At that time, an in-depth consultation to determine a viable long-term RER capacity limit will be undertaken. The study will seek to determine the level of solar and wind energy that can be safely accommodated on the grid. Meanwhile, Executive Director of BREA, Clyde Griffith, says the association welcomes the increase. He also lauded the FTC's quick decision.
The important thing to recognize about the increase in megawattage is that given the number of installers and the number of people who are interested in installing photovoltaic systems and the number of jobs that have been created through the activity of the installers, that we must feel happy that to obtain this quick response. We shall continue to work very closely with Barbados Light and Power Company, which is a member of our association, to ensure that we keep looking at how we raise the number of megawatts.
Ryan Broom, CBC News.
Thanks, Ryan. Well, Barbados will soon see an increase in the number of hotel rooms as several properties are slated to come on stream soon. The Barbados Hotel and Tourism Association welcomes the news, with its executive director Sue Springer saying it's important the island has the right number of rooms as it seeks increased airlift. It was revealed recently in the Senate that around 1,400 hotel rooms were out of circulation.
Obviously, you've got Sanders coming on stream with additional rooms, and that will be in January. Unfortunately, Amaryllis will not be coming on stream now till November of next year. The actual number of rooms, you've got Fort Ferdinand that has just been finished the first phase. You've got Settlers Beach that will be rebuilt as well. The actual total, to be honest, I don't have in my head, but there are these rooms coming on stream.
Ms. Springer says despite the current economic climate, hoteliers are doing their best while awaiting the promised concessions from government.
And know that a number of people are aware that the government have promised that it will come on stream very, very soon. So naturally, they are hoarding a little bit so that they hope that what they can do can be even better to support all the efforts that the government is putting in regarding marketing, airlift and so on. It's got to be something that is collaborative and works hand in hand. If we can make that dollar stretch even further, we can do a better job to support all that they're doing as well.
Barbados has been selected as one of 2 countries to participate in the Sustainable Destinations Alliance for the Americas. The announcement was made yesterday on the final day of the 22nd Inter-American Congress of Ministers and High-Level Authorities of Tourism at the Barbados Hilton. According to Acting Prime Minister and Minister of Tourism Richard Seeley, the main aim of the project is to improve the island's competitiveness as a tourism destination.
Royal Caribbean Cruise Lines and a few others, they are looking at initiatives relating to sustainable development and what we are doing to make sure that we are indeed a sustainable development option. And so indeed the studies and so will be done and training relating to that whole effort. And we're thrilled to hear that Barbados is part of the pilot.
Mr. Seeley says, in addition, the conference has managed to re-energize interest in the Tourism Hemispheric Fund, which was launched in 2011 in El Salvador.
Barbados has not only contributed to the fund, but we benefited from it. Programs in the historic Bridgetown and its garrison have benefited from that OAS support from the Hemispheric Fund. So all told, I think it was a successful conference. And of course, beyond that, we are still a tourism destination that promotes ourselves as a good place to have conferences, and it was also successful from that point of view. The deepening of the relationship with the OAS is another thing. I mean, in another 2 weeks, the labor ministers will be meeting in Barbados, and of course, the culture ministers will also be meeting here in 2016.
Well, Barbados is not just open for business, it's aggressively going after market share in the globally competitive tourism industry. This is the message from Acting President and CEO of the Barbados Tourism Marketing Incorporated, Petra Roach, to visiting tour operators from around the world. Speaking at the 2014 Connect Barbados Tour Operators Forum at the Lloyd Erskine Sandiford Center, she outlined a number of initiatives designed to attract more visitors.
These are for the romance market, Forever Begins in Barbados. We've also got the Barbados Island Inclusive, which is a special value-added program. We've got the Barbados VIP card, which is exclusive to the UK, and which gives, again, value-added proposition. And then in terms of, again, aligning the vision of all Barbados in the importance of tourism, we've also rolled out the Barbados National Tourism Host Program.
One of the specials is aimed at the wedding market, which Ms. Roach says is growing rapidly.
The bride stays free, and this is against a minimum of 10 rooms booked at a hotel for a minimum of 4 nights. And then we've got a limit on that so that it's just for the first 100 brides across all markets. All tour operator partners and travel agents are eligible, and we also, in terms of giving an incentive to the trade itself, offer a $50 or a £50 reward. Travel dates are from September 1st, 2014 through to December the 15th, 2015, and the booking period started on June the 1st, 2014 and goes through until May the 31st, 2015.
In other news now, there are calls from members of the local credit union movement for government to consider introducing a national registered education savings plan. General Manager of the Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union Limited, Corinne Clark, provided some insight into the initiative at the union's 2014 Scholarship Awards presentation ceremony at Solidarity House. She says they intend to lobby government, saying such a plan will allow parents to save monthly towards their child's future educational needs.
Through the League, of course, the League body, or a registered education savings product. And over the next couple of months, we'll introduce that more to our membership and to the general public. But that is where we want to go, so that there's some additional incentive in preparing and charting the course for your child.
Ms. Clark says the credit union has answered the calls of Barbadians seeking financing for their tertiary level education.
we have introduced the SMART part. I mean, why not join us? We're smart, right? And the SMART Accelerator Fund for Education. You would have received a brochure this afternoon. We call it SAFE. And it is securing your child's future.
Well, the highlight of the evening was the presentation of scholarships. The Casper Rowett Scholarship was awarded to 10 junior members achieving outstanding marks in the 11+ examination. The Winfield Bell Award was given to Jaleesa Carvalho for outstanding academic and other achievements, along with CXC Cape scholarships. An appreciative Carvalho, who wants to be a doctor, says she never gave up on her dream despite being faced with high tuition fees. She says she remained focused and is encouraging young people never to give up.
Remember, when you go to class, pay attention. You're not just doing this for you, but you're doing this for everybody who has been supportive to you. This credit union has been the hand of the universe that was conspiring to help me to reach my goal. And same thing for you all. And you always have to remember everybody who has helped you to get where you have been. Never forget.
Well, there's been more success by lawmen in stemming the flow of illegal drugs. A joint operation led by members of the drug squad and supported by the Barbados Coast Guard and the Police Marine Unit led to the seizure of 171 pounds of cannabis at sea off Fitzvillage, St. James. An 18-foot boat was also seized. No arrests were made. The Ministry of Health has made a correction to the chikungunya statistics issued on Thursday. According to the ministry, of the 11 cases of chikungunya which have been confirmed so far in Barbados, 8 were imported and 3 contracted locally. Yesterday's release incorrectly stated that there were 8 local cases and 3 imported. The ministry has apologized for the error. When General Secretary-elect of the Barbados Workers' Union, Tony Moore, makes her maiden address at the union's 73rd Delegates Conference tomorrow, several resolutions will be tabled, and one of them relate to the municipal solid waste tax. The resolution acknowledges government's case for the implementation of the tax and subsequent attempts to make certain changes based on publicly expressed concerns. However, the resolution is also calling on government to urgently revise and correct aspects of the tax which are intolerable and oppressive. The resolution also suggests that the tax no longer be administered in a manner which penalizes the resident on the basis of acquisition of a property. We'll have more news ahead in just a moment, but first we want to hear from you on the question, should government consider introducing a national registered education savings plan? Text yes or no to short code 8111. We'll have the result for you at the end of the news.
The Environmental Health Department of the Ministry of Health will, in the coming months, offer training in a number of areas. Swimming pool sanitation will be taught from September 8th to 12th and from October 6th to 10th. Introduction to basic food safety from September 15th to 19th, and Introduction to institutional hygiene from September 22nd to 26th. Introduction to vector control will run from October 6th to 10th, while Introduction to basic food safety will be held from October 13th to 17th and 20th to 24th. Courses will run from 8:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. at the Training Centre, 2nd floor, British American Insurance Building, Magazine Lane, Bridgetown. To register, collect an application form from the Ministry of Health's Environmental Health Department, Frank Walcott Building, Culloden Road, St. Michael, and submit it and pay course fees to the Barbados Community College's Accounts Department. The registration deadline is 2 weeks before the start of the specified course. For more information, please call Tonya Brathwaite at 467-9367 or email ehdtrainingunit@health.gov.bb.
I'm happy. Now I'm gonna take my time. I escape from reality. Yeah, and let life take care of me. We're just happy and smiling, doing almost anything, having fun and just living. Shopping, chilling, everything.
Get happy this summer with Barbados' largest 4G network, now upgraded for island-wide coverage. Activate any prepaid or postpaid data plan for a chance to win $1,000 each week. Check out lime.com or in-store for details.
Principal of the University of the West Indies Cave Hill campus, Sir Hilary Beckles, has been appointed as the next Vice-Chancellor of the University of the West Indies. According to a release from the university this evening, the announcement followed an extraordinary meeting of the University Council convened pursuant to Statute 22, Paragraph 5. During the meeting, presided by the Chancellor of the University, the Council accepted the report from the search committee established to identify a new Vice-Chancellor and agreed to Sir Hilary's appointment with effect from May 1st, 2015. The chair of the search committee, Dr. Marshall Hall, noted that the advertisement for the post attracted in excess of 50 applicants from all over the world. The search committee eventually came up with an initial short list of 7, which was whittled down to 3 candidates who were invited to be interviewed. As a result of the interview and subsequent discussions, the committee arrived at a consensus on Sir Hilary as the preferred candidate. Despite some initial challenges, St. Joseph is ready for the Spirit of the Nation show. Its parish ambassadors have been selected and work has already started on their project. While not letting the cat out of the bag, chairperson of the St. Joseph Independence Committee, Angela Hamilton, says their project is aimed at uniting residents of the rural parish. Speaking on Morning Barbados, she revealed the work of the ambassadors, Shakira Small and Kevin Griffith, will be centered on the theme, Building Bridges, All We Is One.
We work that theme because St. Joseph is known for its bridges. We have lots of bridges in St. Joseph. And of course is the famous Blackman Bridge, which is 32 years old. Perhaps the oldest bridge in Barbados, perhaps. Something that you can research out.
Okay.
Yes. And we're working that as our physical symbol for unity because of the circumstances under which it was built.
A fundraising drive has also been organized for September 21st across the parish to assist 11-month-old Anaya Small. Fundraising coordinator Katrina Hoyt says the infant is overseas being treated for contractable seizure disorder.
We're doing it in the form of something like a convoy, where we have customized vehicles and runners where we will go to the residents in St. Joseph. We're not asking you to come to us. We're coming to you with little containers and we're asking you for $1 to go towards this medical cause. We know that after any major surgery, there's a rehabilitation process. And after surgery, she has to get therapy, she has to get medications and stuff like that. So that's why we are organizing this dollar
an additional burden on
the family.
the family.
On the family.
Patients on the acute surgical ward B7 at the Queen Elizabeth Hospital will now be educated and entertained while they are recovering. This has been made possible by a donation of a television and a DVD player by the Lions Club of St. Michael. Sister Faye Richards thanked the club for the donation and says the television and DVD will fill a great need.
Some of our patients are diabetics. Some of them because they had surgery, have ostomies. So we teach them about the care. We have DVDs and teaching aids. So we can use the DVD player and the TV to teach the patients before they go home and their families as well. We take the overflow from the ICUs. We have persons who have multiple trauma, injuries, head injuries, all the persons acutely ill we have on this ward. So a lot of them are young, especially young males. So that television will come in handy for them and their entertainment because they're bored, get here like this laying down and stuff like that. So I thank you all very much.
Immediate past president of the Lions Club, Winston Farrell, says the help the charity offers will go beyond the hospital.
I want to move a bit to these schools, programs and so on. Now it's back to schools. We're also offering like uniforms and so on to schools. This is the Lions Club of Barbados, not only Lions Club of St. Michael. But as I say, corporate Barbados and also the public have been helping us with all our programs. We have like an R2 party we had just last week. We had a good turnout, although the rain was falling, we had a good turnout, and that funds will also go to the help of getting other teams to other persons that are in need. We can't help everyone, but we can help.
Efforts to raise funds for the Challenger Creative Arts and Training Center continued with the head of a leading insurance company accepting the Ice Bucket Challenge. CEO of the Insurance Corporation of Barbados Limited, Ingrid Innes, took the cold shower for a good cause. She was drenched by 2 staff members. Earlier, Ms. Innes said this month the company will be raising funds to donate to the center.
Each Friday, our staff will also participate in Jeans Day, where they can dress in their jeans and donate to this worthy cause. ICBL would match the donations from our staff and customers. I now challenge Rick Parkhill, CEO of FCIB, Dr. Delisle Worrell, Governor of the Central Bank, and Mr. Mark Shearer, CEO of Island Heritage. Gentlemen, you now have 48 hours to respond to this challenge. Thank you.
Regional news next, but first a reminder that we want to hear from you on the question: should government consider introducing a national registered education savings plan? Text yes or no to short code 8111.